All right, well, here we have our first Protoss player down at the bottom of the map, the winner of our last game from the Team Prime.
Creator Prime win.
Can he create a good condition for his team here at the Team League? He already has, really.
I guess warp prisms aren't paper airplanes anymore. Now they're like cardboard airplanes.
I guess. And over the top right part of the map, we have our blue Protoss from the Team StarTale.
StarTale Ace.
StarTale Ace wants to live up to his name in this match. And cardboard airplanes don't fly very well. It's kind of... Well, you know, if the wings are big enough, you get the nice proper lift and drag.
Yeah. Okay, maybe balsa wood airplanes. Those are okay.
Oh, yeah. Balsa wood. I remember making those as a kid. Little balsa wood.
Little balsa wood airplanes. One time, had one of those, and I was
crying about 1.4.
I got a little slingshot thing. You could like launch it.
Oh yeah, I had those
really,
too.
really
Those
far.
were awesome. Back when the kids were running around playing with sticks and hula hoops.
That's right. When dinosaurs roam the earth.
That's right.
Do you like to say?
They warned us about the danger of pool halls and Elvis Presley slips.
You know, they didn't actually originally show his hips on television.
I know.
The first time he was on TV because they thought it would excite people too much.
I just heard about it. I'm not that old, Mole Trap.
No, not that old.
Well, look, an assimilator just finished, and it's finishing for him too.
I'm actually the oldest caster at the GSL.
Oh yeah, you are. It's true.
For the English stream, I guess, actually.
That's true.
There's a couple Korean casters a little older than me.
I think Mr. Che is older than you. Is he older than you?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. And yeah, so one gas from each player. You know, with the changes, with the slowdown on Blink and everything, I kind of wonder to a certain extent if Blink being such a long-reaching option now, if we're going to actually see 4-gate versus 4-gate more commonly again. And in this post-patch situation where these guys haven't had a lot of experience yet, are we going to just see that because it's going to be kind of a comfort zone thing? But no, I'm completely wrong. They've each taken a second gas.
Actually, that is a stealing Creator's gas.
You're right.
Right. So that's kind of interesting that he's done that, and that actually makes a lot of sense. Because
yeah, it does.
The
it's
offensive, it used to be that like doing this would force your opponent into a 4-gate, and then you'd have to defend or something like that. Not all the time, but offensive 4-gate is so hard in 1.4. I mean, you can't warp in on the ramp. The vision is less. The previous patch decreased the range of the pylons, so it's harder to get pylons close enough to warp in your opponent's base anyway. So that's really, really difficult to pull off.
Well, if you go for a Robo, too, the Immortals +1 range is going to be hugely helpful.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
That kind of tech is going to be a lot better. Now, on the other hand, you know, Blink takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
So it's going to be harder to tech up the Blink Stalkers as quickly.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, Ace deciding to go ahead and more or less wall off as well, which actually, you know, is going to make it even more difficult to 4-gate. He's kind of reducing the area where you can warp in on that high ground. And Creator's actually just going to do a 1-gate expand. Oh, wow. This is why I wanted to see PvP, man.
Oh, and look at that probe going in there. He's got actually one Zealot and one Stalker chasing 2 Stalkers away. This is a little bit amusing, actually, that he's running away with superior units.
Oh,
but is he going to get that extra Stalker? No, he's not. Nicely microed by Ace.
Oh, he's got to be careful, though. Doesn't want to lose that Stalker to the Zealot. Wow, somehow manages to keep both of those Stalkers alive. Good job there.
I wonder if Creator was trying to fake like he was 4-gating.
It's certainly possible,
because usually you see that probe with the one Stalker and one Zealot when they're 4-gating, and the probe is going in to build pylons at the base of your opponent's ramp. And he killed the probe off first, so I wonder if he's thinking, oh, ha, you were going to 4-gate me and it didn't work. Since he actually showed... Actually, I don't know if you can see extra gateways, but...
It's possible. Now, Creator actually is going for Robo, as we can see here, for the Twilight Council going up for Ace. So he's probably going to go ahead and try that Blink play anyway. May decide to get a Dark Shrine. But
it's 30 seconds longer, but those are, you know, StarCraft seconds, and with the Chrono Boost on it, it really comes out to maybe 15, 20 real-time seconds, so it's not a huge difference.
Oh, but he is going for the Dark Shrine. I was wondering, his gas was getting pretty high there, and so he is going to try the Dark Shrine against Creator, but you know what? Creator has a Robo Bay. He hasn't made an Observer yet. He's making Immortals, but if he decides to make one, and Ace has actually seen the Robo Bay, so an interesting choice there. Oh!
Picks off one of those Stalkers.
Yeah.
For some reason, he ventured in with one of the Stalkers that was injured from before, and it paid for it with its life.
Yep. So, at this point, you know, Creator is only making Immortals. He could conceivably take some damage from some DTs if he doesn't actually make an Observer at all. Immortals are, of course, going to be very good now because of that +1 range. +1 range, like, people don't really see sometimes how big of a difference +1 range makes. Think back when Ro6 had 3 range and just how hard of a time Zerg players actually had to make them do anything. 1 range made a huge difference there. I think Immortals are going to become much, much more prevalent in StarCraft 2 in general now with that move from 5 range to 6 range.
Yep. Makes them even in range with Stalkers.
Yep, that's right. Makes them...
And really, I think Creator is actually starting to run away with this game because he got that expansion up, and Ace didn't punish him for it. And he's making an Observer now. First Dark Templar is walking right up the ramp. Right as the Observer comes out, it comes out and sees it immediately.
Look at that timing.
Wow. So basically Ace betting everything on a DT rush, and the DT does, guess how much damage, Doa?
How much?
0.
Wow.
Zilch. Nothing.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Ace to break Creator now. I mean, those DTs were a big investment, and he's going to be turning him into an Archon instead. Okay, so here's what he's going to go into next. He's getting charged for his Zealots. Speedlot Archon can actually do pretty good against this. You can break down force fields with Archons. It was actually back when Artosis was streaming a lot, he did a lot of Speedlot Archon builds, and I thought they looked very cool. They were very effective. Yeah,
that was the patch when they made Archons massive.
Yep. Massive, and gave him 3 range as well.
Gave him 3 range, yeah.
And Blink on the way now for Creator. And if you're going Immortal Stalker, you might as well get Blink. I mean, it's going to do nothing bad for you, that's for sure.
Yeah. Not going to hurt you.
Nope.
Just going to allow you to micro better.
That's right.
But, yeah, I mean, at this point, looking at the economy screen, Creator has 41 probes to the 27 of Ace. His economy is basically 50% higher.
Yeah.
So that just means he's going to be able to produce 50% more units.
Oh, look at that. You can actually see that vision. You know, I wonder if you can warp across that gap normally.
Wait,
he's going to start it again immediately.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, you can actually
it's
warp
across the gap.
that
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was on the low ground. Hold that thought, though.
Well, how well is this going to work? We're going to have to see. Lots of Immortals in the mix there. They're going to tear apart the Stalkers, but the Immortals are not firing at the Stalkers.
No.
They're firing at Zealots instead.
That is not the best target firing at all, and so he's actually losing a lot more units than he needs to right here. Having to pull probes out, but looks like Ace's army has just been torn to shreds.
You know, Creator was just so far ahead. You saw what a big investment those DTs were. Not to mention Ace didn't have an expansion. And now, at this point, Ace is so far behind. I mean, that just could be the end of it right there.
Yeah, I think that is. Oh, nope, actually, unless Creator is just going to stay at home for a little while longer.
Well, I mean, Ace is only on 1 base. He knows it. He might try another push, but if that doesn't work, you know, I think we might see GG. Oh, he's actually going to expand. Never mind.
He's building up his minerals there.
All right. Well, he's going to be behind, but, you know, Creator did have to lose some probes to fend off that attack.
And remember, Creator has Blink now, so he can catch up. There he does. Catch up to that Sentry. Take it out. For a second, I forgot what sentries were called.
Oh, Blinking ahead to take out. Oh, but the Zealots have charged right after the Stalkers blink. 2 Stalkers going down right away. Immortals coming in as well. Creator will be able to win this fight.
Yeah, and that is it. Ace's army is completely gone. He's actually forced to cancel his expansion because he knows he can't hold it. He wants to build more units.
Yep. I think it's going to be tough to expand now.
And he's actually just going to try and counterattack, but the reinforcements of Creator are probably enough to hold off this attack.
It's certainly possible. I mean, Speedlots do fairly well against Immortals especially, and they don't do too bad against Blinkstalkers either. Yeah, killing 1, if not both of those Immortals. Meantime, Creator is attacking.
That was only his second army. His first army is killing Ace's base.
The Ace of Base.
Exactly.
Yep.
A few DTs, desperate DTs, trying to come in here to try and do some counter damage.
I saw the sign mole trap, and it said that Ace is going to GG any second, I think.
That is the case, man.
GG. There it is. Wow, and Creator Prime takes a 2-0 lead. He's like, I can't believe it myself.
What is going on?
Yeah. And Ace, you know, I mean, he's got to be a little bit shocked about that. I don't know why he went for Dark Templar after seeing the Robo-Bay. You know, maybe he saw it, just didn't click on it, didn't actually know, thought it was another gateway or something possibly. But Wow.
I have no idea.
Yep, not
Maybe,
the,
are you sure he saw the Robo?
Yeah, the Observer showed us that he'd seen it.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Legend showed us. Ace kind of
Wow.
replaying the game in his mind right now.
In that case, that doesn't make any sense at all.
I guess so. You know, Creator, though, to be fair, he, was a little bit sloppy in his engagements and things like that, too, so it wasn't perfect play from him either. The one-gate expand was pretty risky to do, but overall, it really paid off. I'm actually, so happy that Creator's winning games right now. I'm so proud of this guy.
I really wonder if it had to do with that little fake out at the beginning, too.
Well, that was part of it.
Because he did the gas steal, and he's like, all right, I'm going to run in and act like I'm 4-gating, and he killed the probe, and so Ace might have been thinking, ha, I killed the probe. It's going to slow down his 4-gate, but he's got another pylon back there somewhere. I got to worry about that warp in, and I got to defend here.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if it fooled him or not, but he kind of played really defensively at that point, so I wouldn't be surprised if that really did fool him, because he had a long time where he just had his expansion up and was starting to get immortals and just a bunch of units, and Ace just didn't attack him, didn't punish him for that fast expand.
Well, Ace wanted to play a very normal PvP. He wanted to play more defensive in nature. He wanted to kind of get those immortals out and everything to defend. But I think you're right to a certain extent. I wonder if there was a little bit of trickery planned to sort of fake the 4-gate by sending those little units out there early and then just expand really quickly and count on your opponent trying to play more defensive. I feel like to a certain extent he may have gotten a little bit lucky, though, that Ace just didn't decide to move out early on. Luckily, he was going for DTs, and that slowed down any sort of push that could happen.
Another thing that, let's find out who they're going to send out next. This time it's Curious.
Yep. Coach is like, wait a second. Be careful, Curious.
Another thing that's interesting is that gas steal, the assimilator could actually see Creator's cybernetics core.
Yeah.
And he was chrono boosting his warp gate tech, which is chrono boosting his warp gate tech, which is also something that's indicative of 4-gate, and he might have been again doing that as part of a trick, but that game is in the past. Curious, coming off of a win in Code A this morning, has got to be feeling very confident going into this match.
Now look at this, 6 wins, 2 losses in the GSL so far. He's actually got a positive record in GSL in general. He's going to have to go against Creator. We're going to take a 5-minute break, come back, guys. Real soon it's going to be Creator versus Curious here on the GSL Team League.